5 devastating mistakes women don't really realize they're making in relationships. I want to talk about this in this video because I see it happening way too many times. If you're watching this, chances are you're trying to figure out why your relationships aren't working out the way how you would hope to. Maybe you feel like you're giving your all, but something still feels like kind of a little bit off, not really quite aligned. Sometimes, without even realizing it, we sabotage our own relationships, not because we don't care, not because they don't care, but because of fear, of insecurities, or unhealthy relationship patterns and dynamics we've picked up along the way. So today I want to talk about and really break down 5 really devastating mistakes women make in relationships that push men away. And more importantly, I'll show you how to turn these patterns around. Okay, mistake number 1, suppressing your needs to avoid conflict. So let's start with this because this is something so many women do without even realizing this. You think keeping the peace means staying quiet. You don't speak up when something really bothers you because you're afraid it'll start a fight. So you let things slide. You swallow your own feelings. But here's what actually happens. It builds this resentment. Suppressing your needs doesn't make the problem go away. It just creates emotional distance. You start pulling back emotionally, and he can feel it, even if he doesn't know why. You can't have real intimacy without honesty. So speaking up for your needs doesn't make you difficult. It makes you honest. And the right man will appreciate that. So stop pretending you're okay when you're clearly not. Say what you need to say. Express how you feel, because boiling it up, that's slow poison to any relationship. On top of it, when I think about like conflict, there's something that John Peterson always says. It's like conflict avoided is conflict multiplied. And it's so true. And I want to go even one step further. The idea of conflict avoided is going to make the conflict go away is complete bullshit. Because at the end of the day, what you're doing instead is like rather than addressing the conflict with this one person that you can actually solve that issue with, not addressing is you're not avoiding the conflict at all. You're just choosing to keep it just inside of you. And the other person might not even be aware of it. And then what's going to happen? You're building up this resentment more, and more, and that turns into an absolute madness at some point, right? Ladies, stop chasing men. Even when he pulls back or loses interest, or you feel like he's slipping away from you, what you do in that moment can make all the difference between him feeling like you're just like all the other women he's ever met, or it can make him realize and feel you're so unique and special, and exactly the type of woman he wants something real with. Something he wants to build with, causing him to chase you, to invest in you, and prove to you that he is the right man for you. You know, there's this 12-word text message that you can send to a man that gets his attention almost immediately and makes him realize that it was a mistake to pull away from you in the first place. If you want to find out what that 12-word text message is, then I highly recommend you check out this brand new video that I created for you. I linked it in the description below. Just click the link, and now let's go back to the video. Mistake number 2, trying to fix or change him. I know you've been there. So many of us been there in different ways. Like you see his potential, you think like, I just work on this one thing with him and he would be perfect. So you try to help. You suggest how he can improve. You guide him towards being better. But the reality is, trying to change a man is one of the fastest way to kill that attraction. Men want to feel accepted for who they are, not molded into what you think they should be. Constantly pointing out what he should fix makes him feel like he's not good enough for you. And let me tell you this on top of it, or actually let me ask you this. Would you want someone constantly trying to change you? Now, this doesn't mean like you should tolerate toxic behaviors of any kind, but it does mean you need to either accept him as he is, or you need to let him go. Because love isn't about fixing someone, it's about choosing someone, including all the flaws and everything else as well. You can inspire him though, but you cannot fix him. Mistake number 3, you become too dependent on the relationship for your own happiness. Your relationship should not be your only source of happiness. It's easy to fall into the trap of making him your whole world. You start canceling plans with friends, letting go of your own hobbies, and waiting around for him just to make you happy. But here's the truth. That type of dependency really can suffocate the whole relationship. I can guarantee you, men are attracted to women who have their own lives, their own passions, and their own sense of fulfillment. If you rely on him to fill every emotional gap in your life, it creates a lot of pressure for him and the relationship, and that pressure pushes him away. Happiness is an inside job. So you need to ask yourself, are you nurturing your own passions? Are you maintaining your friendships? Are you creating joy outside of him? A man should add to your happiness, not become the only source of it. And when you're whole on your own, you become irresistible. Which brings me straight to mistake number 4. You're ignoring those red flags, hoping he will change. This is a tough one, but it's one that's really important not to ignore. How many times have you noticed a red flag but told yourself, it's not that bad, or, he will change, I'll just tell him? Here's the hard truth. Behavioral patterns rarely change unless someone really wants to change. If he's inconsistent, disrespectful, emotionally unavailable, or crossing these boundaries, hoping he will suddenly wake up and treat you better is setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment. What you allow is what will continue. So pay attention to how he acts, not what he says. If he shows you who he is, believe him. Your love cannot fix deep-seated behaviors. That's his responsibility. You deserve consistency, respect, and effort, not just potential. Mistake number 6, you're neglecting emotional and physical intimacy. Let's talk about intimacy, both emotional and physical. In the rush of a daily life, it's really easy to let the connection slip. You stop flirting, you stop having these deep conversations, physical touch becomes a routine or really fades away completely. But here's the thing, intimacy is what keeps the relationship alive. Emotional intimacy is about sharing your thoughts, sharing your feelings, your dreams, your desires, your needs. Physical intimacy isn't just about it's about holding hands, cuddling, and those small touches that say, it's like, hey, I'm here. I'm connected to you. I want to be close to you, in touch with you. And when you neglect intimacy, it creates a gap. And that gap can really make both of you feel disconnected, unseen, and very much unappreciated. So be intentional, touch him more, flirt with him. Create space for real conversations, because when intimacy fades, so does the connection. So keep feeding the emotional and physical bonds, and you'll see how much of a difference it will make. So yeah, those are like really 5 major devastating mistakes women make in relationships, often without even realizing it. Suppressing your needs to avoid conflict, that doesn't really work. So speak up before resentment grows. Try to fix or change him, no. Accept him or let him go. Becoming too dependent on the relationship for happiness, that doesn't work either. Stay whole and independent yourself. Definitely do not start ignoring these red flags or hope that he will change. And neglecting this emotional and physical intimacy, no. Stay connected on all of these different levels. And here's the most important thing to remember. Awareness is power. And if you recognize yourself in any of these mistakes, it's not about beating yourself up. It's about making a different choice moving forward. You deserve a relationship that's built on mutual respect, obviously. It's built on emotional safety, of course. And it's built on deep connection. Which one of these mistakes do you think you have made in the past? Or do you still see in your relationship right now? And which one do you feel like, oh yeah, I really need to work on it? Or maybe there's some other mistakes that you identified. Or maybe you don't see any of these mistakes as a major thing and you see the issue more on the male side. Whatever it is, drop it in the comments. If you liked the video, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and we're posting more every single week.